applied to the concrete, a stress is produced in the concrete. And this stress not only depends upon the application of the load, what load you have applied. Stress means resistance offered by certain material. In our case, it is concrete because we are discussing in this unit regarding the strength of the concrete. And now we will be discussing about the various factors. So friends, we have been discussing that the main factor which affects the strength as well as durability of concrete is its porosity, means its voids. Of the concrete, from which structural component it is made up of. Somebody is there. It is. So, what are the various factors which are responsible for the voids in concrete? What are the various factors which are responsible for the porosity? Okay, porosity, voids, कंक्रीट के अंदर के जो छेद छेद रहते हैं, जैसे ब्रेड हम खाते हैं, ब्रेड के अंदर जैसे वाइड्स या पोरोसिटी या छेद रहते हैं, उसको पोरोसिटी बोलेंगे आप. तो वैसे कंक्रीट में जो पोरोसिटी है उसके कौन से रीजंस है भाई? व्हाट आर द फैक्टर्स व्हिच अफेक्ट्स द पोरोसिटी इन कंक्रीट? आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट that till our earlier discussion, you all are aware about the various factors which are responsible for the porosity. But we will again revise it in view of the strength parameter. The factors includes the properties and proportions of materials of which the concrete is made up of. Means, as the three basic ingredients, one tonic ingredient, cement, water, aggregate is the basic ingredient, and the admixture is the tonic ingredient. So the properties and proportions of these materials are responsible for the porosity or voids in the concrete. Therefore, indirectly they are responsible for the strength of the concrete. The another factor is the degree of compaction. Means how much and precisely you give the compaction or vibration to the concrete with the help of the vibrators. Okay, what we achieve by means of the vibration or the compaction? We remove the air trapped in the concrete, and by that way we reduce the porosity or voids in the concrete. So degree of compaction. Conditions of curing. We have been stressing again and again that the quality of the concrete can be improved or increased by curing. Curing is a very important process in giving the strength and durability to the concrete. The water cement ratio. The water cement ratio and porosity or voids relation is undoubtedly the most important factor. We'll discuss one by one, because it affects the porosity of both the cement paste as well as the concrete also. And the transition zone between the concrete, matrix means concrete, matrix means cement paste, or cement and water paste जो है, that is called as the matrix. Or sometimes all the concrete in wet condition can also be called as the matrix. A new word is there, It's very nice that the students are coming, but now for how much late we should allow? Now I will not allow anybody because it disturbs the recording. So that water cement ratio plays a very important role. We have seen it earlier also. Now also we will discuss one by one. So these are the earlier thought of the various factors, the characteristics and proportions of the materials, the curing conditions, and certain testing parameters. Now the first is characteristics and proportions of the material, means of which the concrete is made up of. Characteristics of the cement, characteristics of the aggregate, characteristics of the water, and their proportion, means in what proportion cement and aggregate is taken, in what proportion cement and water is taken, in what proportion admixture is added. That plays a very important role in the strength, as well as the same is applied for the durability. So therefore, friends, the selection of the proper constituent material is very important. We must have a pre-use test of all the ingredients. Before using the ingredients of concrete, they must be tested properly in the way we have learned in our unit number 1 and 2. That is the cement to be tested, aggregate to be tested, water to be tested. So that testing, after testing, they should be used after confirming its quality. And then later on, how much, in what proportion they to be taken, in what proportion cement and aggregate is to be taken, how much quantity of cement, how much quantity of aggregate, as well as how much quantity of water, is the first step towards obtaining a concrete that will meet the required strength. Whatever strength that is required, we have told in our last lecture, that is the characteristic compressive strength. This characteristic compressive strength is the strength of the 15 centimeter by 15 centimeter by 15 centimeter concrete cube after 28 days strength. And who prescribes this strength? This strength is prescribed by the structural engineer who designs the structure. Okay. So at this juncture, we will only keep in mind that by getting the best quality of the ingredient materials, we will move towards the requirement of the characteristic compressive strength or the specified strength. Now, in our earlier lectures, we have seen what is the importance of the water cement ratio. We have seen that Mr. Abraham in 1918 has given the relationship between the strength and the water cement ratio, or he has stated that the strength is inversely proportional to the water cement ratio. The meaning is that the strength increases with the decrease in water cement ratio, or the strength decreases with the increase in water cement ratio. This is the formula he has given at that time, that strength is equal to K1 upon K2, in denominator is K2 raised to water cement ratio. So more water cement ratio, this K1 upon K2 ratio will be less, so lesser strength. Lesser water cement ratio, this ratio will be more, so more water cement ratio, more strength. So this Abraham's law you always must keep in mind, and the statement I have made, that the strength is inversely proportional to the water cement ratio. Strength increases, water cement ratio decreases. Strength decreases, water cement ratio increases. It has been shown here that in this figure A, it is before the hydration, water and cement before the hydration, And this figure number B, during hydration. So here you can see, if water and cement are, if they are in proper proportion, then there will be only solid product of the hydration, some gel water or some unhydrated cement, which is not yet hydrated or which is not yet converted into the solid cement. But the remaining voids, if water in excess is there, it will be capillary water. It will be some water that is stored in the capillaries or voids of the cement, that is of the concrete, and some water which has got evaporated through these capillaries. So those empty capillary pores are there, that will be there. So these two are useless if more water cement ratio are there, that is the capillary and the empty, and they result for the reduction in the strength. Again, on a larger scale, it is shown here. VC and VW is the quantity of cement and water. And during hydration, this is the situation. Actual requirement is this much: unhydrated cement, solid hydrated cement, and the gel water. The water required for these two is called as the bound water. The remaining water which remains in the some part of the voids of the cement and cement paste after hydration is stored there as a gel water. What is the purpose of this gel water, we will again learn later on. But at present, just we will know that this gel water is used for this unhydrated cement for hydration. Whatever cement that has remained unhydrated, but we got packed into the solid hydrated cement, is later on got hydrated due to the use of this gel water. It is required water, gel water and the bound water. But additional water more than 38% is stored into the voids or the capillaries. It is called as the capillary water, which after evaporation creates capillary pores or voids in the cement or in the concrete. These two are the required for the reduction in strength. The modern version, this water cement ratio is a modern version or modern thinking, is that strength is influenced by the ratio of cement to mixing water, that is the water cement ratio of the cement to aggregate. That is also very important, ratio of the cement to aggregate. Then grading of aggregate, surface texture of aggregate, shape of aggregate, strength and stiffness of aggregate particles. These are also required for the gain of the strength. I will again repeat, ratio of the cement and water, that is the water cement ratio. Ratio of the cement to aggregate. Cement to aggregate ratio is also very important. It should be optimum, not maximum. It should be that much only to bind the aggregates, not more than that or not less than that. Therefore, I have used the word optimum. Then grading of aggregate is very important. You all are aware about the meaning of grading of aggregate. Grading, we always need well graded aggregate. Means the bigger size aggregate filled by the voids in the bigger side aggregate are filled by the smaller aggregates. Voids in the smaller are again filled by the mini or again smaller particles. Again, the voids in those coarser aggregate are filled by the fine aggregate, that is the sand. And then the voids in all these matrix, I will use the word again, that matrix, that is combination of these by the cement and water paste. Strength also depends on the surface texture of the aggregates. Smoother surface texture, lesser bonding. Rough surface texture, more bonding, more strength. Smooth surface texture, lesser bonding, because the surface is smooth, So therefore the bonding will be less, then the strength will be less. Shape of the aggregate. Okay, spherical shape, smooth surface. Conical or the crushed triangular aggregates, rough surface texture. So more bonding, more bond surface areas. So that also plays the important role in the strength. Strength and stiffness of aggregate particles means, again again recall those 3 4 strengths, that is the crushing strength, impact strength, abrasion strength. Those properties also affects the strength of the concrete. If the aggregate is brittle, it is not hard enough. By passing all those 3 tests, that is the compression test or the crushing test, then the impact test, then the abrasion test, then the resultant concrete will also be not hard, will also be not having required strength. So strength and stiffness of aggregate is very important. And the last but not the least, that is maximum size of aggregate. Okay, we will see again these things. Something is being asked in exam repeatedly regarding maximum size of aggregate. The short form is MSA. Okay, so as we are learning various things like the water cement ratio, like the 3 basic properties, all the we are getting conversant with these words. So MSA is also a common word used in concrete technology or concrete word world, that is maximum size of aggregate. Okay, so thus friends, ultimately we can decide that the water cement ratio plays a primarily role in getting the strength, whereas the other factors indirectly affect the strength of the concrete by affecting the water cement ratio. Now the air entrainment, another factor which affects the strength, is this is again the formula for that Abraham's law. This water cement ratio we have seen. Now the air entrainment means whatever air voids are incorporated, means placed, or with the air which has entered into the concrete by 2 ways. That air indirectly entered, that is due to the function of the way batching or the volume batching, mixing, transportation, placing, etc. During all these operations, some air get entered air into the concrete ingredients. So that air needs to be removed by compaction. So air entrainment due to the inadequate compaction, or sometimes we use air entraining admixtures. We use air entraining admixtures. We purposely incorporate certain air into the concrete, but that part of the air is so minute and so micro, so minimum, that it affects very bit to the porosity and to for decreasing the strength. But somehow or to some extent it may result, means these two, that is the inadequate compaction, that is air entered, the word I am, 2 words I am using, air entered and air entrained, entered, entered, air entered during the all the concrete making, placing and transporting process, that is air entered, that needs to be removed by compaction, vibration. If we don't do proper compaction, inadequate compaction, then that air entered will remain in the concrete and will make the concrete porous. Voids will be there. But sometimes we use air entraining admixtures. Entrained, entrained यानी घुसाना उसमें हवा घुसाने के लिए, उसको air entrained बोलते हैं. So air entraining admixture, they affect the porosity as well as the strength. So air entrainment is accompanied by substantial reduction in water content. When we entrain air, means by using the air entraining admixture, we reduce the water cement ratio, we reduce the water content. What for air entraining admixtures are used? Air entraining admixtures are used to increase the workability. Okay, just at this juncture, keep this in mind that air is entrained into the concrete, air is made available to enter into the concrete with the help of the air entraining admixtures. But at that time, we reduce the water also. So by way of air entrainment, whatever pores are created and whatever strength might get affected will be compensated by reducing the water cement ratio, that is by increasing the strength. So therefore, the adverse effect of an air entrainment on the strength of the concrete is compensated by the reduction in water cement ratio and the beneficial in the transition zone. That we will learn what is transition zone. Transition zone is nothing but a part of the concrete between the aggregate and the cement. It is the zone which is observed below microscope. It is the region which is observed below microscope between the aggregate and the cement and water paste. इसके बीच में जो पार्ट रहता है उसे ट्रांजिशन जोन करके कहते हैं. ये हम पढ़ने वाले हैं डिटेल में ज्यादा में आगे में. ठीक है, तो ये ट्रांजिशन जोन में क्या होता है, कभी कभी कि यदि वाटर सीमेंट रेशियो ज्यादा है, पानी ज्यादा है, तो ये एग्रीगेट के पास का जो एग्रीगेट को प्रॉपर्टी क्या रहती है, वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन की प्रॉपर्टी रहती है, पानी एब्जॉर्ब करता है एग्रीगेट. तो वो एग्रीगेट और सीमेंट वाटर पेस्ट जो है, या सीमेंट बोलेंगे हम डायरेक्टली, इसके बीच में थोड़ा सा पानी रहता है, वो एग्रीगेट ने एब्जॉर्ब किया हुआ. तो दैट creates a more water cement ratio near the aggregate. That portion, due to more water cement ratio, results in formation of the cracks there between the aggregate and the cement. That part is called as the transition zone. So inborn cracks are there in the transition zone. At this juncture, just we will keep in mind that concrete matrix or the combination of all these ingredients have one zone which is near the aggregate called as the transition zone. So again, improper, inadequate compaction or more entrainment, 5% voids reduces the strength by 30 kilogram per centimeter square, 15 to 30 kilogram per centimeter square strength. So the voids are very important. Second is the factor which affect the strength of the concrete is the cement type. Which type of the cement we use? If we use high early strength Portland cement, as it has got more rate of hydration, it hydrates more rapidly than OPC. In that case, at early ages of hydration and at a given water cement ratio, a concrete with high early strength say Portland cement will have lower porosity and have higher strength than a concrete containing OPC. है ना, अभी हम क्या देख रहे हैं कि what are the various materials which are responsible for the strength of the concrete. The first is the type of the cement. Earlier we have seen the importance of the water cement ratio, wherein the importance of water and the cement as well as aggregate and the cement, they are proportioning we have seen its importance. Now we will be seeing the type of the cement which is responsible for the strength improvement. So if we use the high early strength Portland cement or the rapid hardening cement, you can say, rapid hardening cement. So it hydrates fast as compared to OPC, ordinary Portland cement. So therefore, it creates lower porosity, lower voids as compared to the concrete wherein the OPC is being used. Different types of the Portland cement and the Portland blended cement, means the PPC, etc. The degree of hydration at 90 days and more, above than 90 days, are almost same. Means OPC and PPC if we use, means ordinary Portland cement, blended यानी mixed, blend करना यानी mix करना, तो उसको पीपीसी बोलते हैं. पीपीसी में हम क्या मिक्स करते हैं? पोजालोनिक मटेरियल. तो इसलिए ब्लेंडेड पोर्टलैंड सीमेंट उनको बोलते हैं. सो डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ द पोर्टलैंड, दैट इज द ओपीसी एंड द ब्लेंडेड पोर्टलैंड सीमेंट्स. द हाइड्रेशन प्रोसेस और द डिग्री ऑफ हाइड्रेशन एट 90 डेज यानी 90 दिन तक के और उससे भी ज्यादा अबोव आर ऑलमोस्ट सेम. So influence of cement composition on porosity of the concrete matrix and strength of concrete is limited to early ages. Therefore, the cement which hardens early, which sets early, gives lesser porosity and gives more strength. Okay. So therefore, we can opt for the rapid hardening cement or high early strength Portland cement. Okay, that point is emphasized here in terms of the first ingredient of the concrete, that is the cement. Now the second is the aggregate. How the aggregate affects the strength? Does it affect, or in what factor, in what way it affects? So the aggregate strength is usually not a factor in normal concrete strength, because aggregates, all types of the aggregates which are used into the concrete may be from different areas, may have different source, but have almost same properties, like the crushing value, like the impact value, like the abrasion value, those three tests. Okay, so therefore that part of aggregate does not much affect to the strength of the concrete. Okay, but how it helps, or what type of the properties of the aggregate helps in increasing the strength other than the source of the aggregate, means other than of what material aggregate is being made up, उससे अलग और कौन सी प्रॉपर्टी एग्रीगेट की कंक्रीट बढ़ाने में, कंक्रीट की स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ाने में मदद करती है, वो देखते हैं हम. क्योंकि सिर्फ लाइट वेट एग्रीगेट यदि छोड़ दिया तो द एग्रीगेट पार्टिकल इज सेवरल टाइम्स स्ट्रॉन्गर देन द मैट्रिक्स, दैट इज द कंक्रीट. अदर देन द लाइट वेट एग्रीगेट, all the other aggregates, types of the aggregates, that is normal weight and the heavy weight. Please remember unit number 1. We have categorized the aggregate in 3 ways, that is the light weight, normal weight and the heavy weight. Okay. So apart from lightweight aggregate, all the other type of aggregate are much stronger, or they themselves have much strength than the other, than the total concrete. That is, concrete is the made up of the, again, cement, water, paste and aggregate. Okay, so aggregate on itself has larger strength. And the transition zone in concrete, means the aggregate is stronger than the concrete, total concrete, means total mixture of all the 3 ingredients, as well as the aggregates are stronger than the transition zone. अभी जो मैंने आपको समझा दिया ट्रांजिशन जोन यानी क्या, फिर से आपको एक बार दोहरा देता हूं कि ट्रांजिशन जोन यानी कंक्रीट में का ऐसा पोर्शन कि जो एग्रीगेट और सीमेंट पेस्ट जो है इसके बीच में एक बहुत फाइनर, जो हम समझो माइक्रोस्कोप के नीचे देख सकते हैं, ए वेरी फाइनर स्पेस इज देयर, वेरी वेरी फाइन. It can be observed below the microscope only. That space is called as transition zone. And this transition zone plays a very important role in the strength and durability of concrete, because this transition zone is created due to the water or moisture absorbed by the aggregate from the cement water paste. So as near to the aggregate surface, you can think in minute, that as near to the surface of the aggregate, due to water absorbed, the surface of the aggregate is watery, bit wet compared to other cement and water paste, and therefore it creates a more water cement ratio near to the surface, and therefore it, if the proper quantity of water is used, good strength is given by this transition zone. If excess quantity is used, then this transition zone creates a weaker portion. So therefore this transition zone is the inherent part of the concrete. Okay, so what we mean to see that the aggregates are stronger than the cement and water paste or whole concrete, as well as stronger than the aggregate, stronger than the transition zone. What are the other characteristics of concrete aggregate which plays into the strength of the concrete? They are the size of the aggregate, that is MSA, maximum size of the aggregate, size of aggregate, shape of aggregate, that is whether it is spherical shaped, conical shaped, or flaky or elongated. Spherical as compared to spherical, flaky and elongated, we always prefer conical or the crushed aggregate. Conical, triangular, थ्री डायमेंशनल उसमें उसको शेप रहता है, जो हमारी क्रश्ड एग्रीगेट जिसको बोलते हैं. सरफेस टेक्सचर, that is smooth surface texture or rough surface texture. And very important, that is grading. Grading means particle size distribution in the aggregate. Grading plays a very important role. Always have the understanding of the meaning of grading. Okay, we always need well graded aggregate. Grading means the particle size distribution, which size of the particles are available for the concrete making. We need all sizes of the particle. Okay, so therefore the size of the first is the maximum size of aggregate. Shape, again the spherical, flaky, conical, etc. Surface texture, rough. Grading, very important. Again and again I will repeat, you go through the notes and have the understanding of grading of aggregate. Mineralogy, again the source of which mineral the aggregate is being made up of. You are learning the geology now. You know the igneous rock, the secondary rock, the tertiary or the rock like the marbles etc., sedimentary rocks. Okay, so कौन से मिनरल से वो एग्रीगेट बना है, कौन से पत्थर से वो बना है, उसके ऊपर भी उसकी ये भी कंक्रीट के ग्रे स्ट्रेंथ को इन्फ्लुएंस करता है. ओके, and these also influence the transition zone. Okay, I have told you what is the transition zone, how it is created. Okay, and therefore affect the overall strength of the concrete. Now we will come into the maximum size of the aggregate. A change in the maximum size of well graded coarse aggregate of a given mineralogy, means of the given source, can have two opposing effects on the strength of the concrete. Maximum size of the well graded aggregate, how they affect the strength of the concrete is very important. Okay, we have seen the meaning of MSA, maximum size of aggregate. I will again bit revise. When we say that the concrete is made up of 40 MSA, ठीक है, मैं फिर से आपको रोज की तरह याद दिलवाता हूं, आप नोटबुक और पेन लेके बैठे हैं तो ये कंसेप्ट आपके ध्यान में आने के लिए आप कहीं तो भी नोट भी कर सकते हैं कि क्या बोल रहे हैं सर. MSA word is used in concrete. It is called, if we, how it is used, we say that concrete is 40 MSA, concrete is 20 MSA, concrete is 10 MSA. The meaning of 40 MSA is that the maximum size of the aggregate in the concrete is 40 mm. Now, when we say size 40 mm means the aggregate should pass through the sieve 40 mm. Okay. 20 MSA, the aggregate should pass through the sieve 20 mm. 10 MSA, the aggregate used should pass through the sieve 10 mm. Okay. Now 40 MSA का मतलब होता है, now we will move again into the detail. That is, we want 40 MSA but well graded aggregate, है ना. पीछे में यहाँ पे word आया था maximum size of well graded coarse aggregate. Now what is the meaning of the 40 MSA well graded? Means we want in that concrete 40 mm aggregate, means aggregate passing through 40 mm sieve, retaining on 20 mm sieve. We want 20 mm aggregate to fill the voids in 40 mm. That is the passing through 20 mm, retaining on 10 mm sieve. We also want 10 mm aggregate to fill the voids between 40 mm and 20 mm aggregate. Again, voids in the 10 mm are filled by the 5 mm aggregate. I think you are understanding what I wanted to tell you. Okay, so that is called as the 40 MSA, 20 MSA and 10 MSA aggregate. In this context, we will move our discussion to the next part of this lecture, that larger size aggregate did not contribute to higher strength. Means if we don't use well graded aggregate, but we use only large size aggregate, that is 40 mm aggregate, not 40 MSA, 40 mm, or if we use only 20 mm aggregate, that does not contribute to higher strength. Why? Because larger aggregate particles require less mixing water than those containing smaller aggregates. Larger aggregate, its volume being more, therefore the water required is less. But as is its size being large, it gives lower surface area for the bonding. साइज उसका बड़ा है, यदि उतने ही वॉल्यूम में यदि छोटे छोटे एग्रीगेट हमने लिया है उससे कम एमएसए के, तो ज्यादा एग्रीगेट आएंगे, उनका सरफेस एरिया बढ़ेगा. तो लार्जर एग्रीगेट है, कम सरफेस एरिया है, इसलिए बॉन्डिंग के लिए सरफेस कम है, तो उसके कारण बॉन्ड कम बनेगा और उसके कारण उसकी स्ट्रेंथ कम रहेगी, लेसर स्ट्रेंथ. Therefore, that is responsible for the lower strength of the concrete. Larger size aggregate does not contribute to higher strength. Why? The second point is bigger size causes more heterogeneity in the concrete, which will prevent uniform distribution of the load when stress. Okay, bigger size aggregate, only big size aggregates are available. They are not, its voids are not filled with the smaller aggregates. So they are more heterogeneous. They will not be homogeneous. That concrete will not be homogeneous. It will be heterogeneous. And therefore, whatever load that comes over that structure of which that concrete is being made will not be uniformly distributed, and therefore will cause into the overall reduction in strength of the concrete. Again, the third cause for the larger aggregate not giving higher strength is large size aggregate have lesser surface area for the bonding, but due to the larger surface area between the aggregates, as just I have told you that near the aggregate surface water is being absorbed, so more water cement ratio at the surface of the aggregate as its surface is being large. So a sort of the segregation of the water from the cement and water paste. So internal bleeding will be there at the surface of the aggregate. Bleeding we have learnt earlier, bleeding of concrete. That is the segregation of the water from the concrete. So due to larger size aggregate, internal bleeding will be there. The transition zone will become much weaker due to development of micro cracks. More bleeding, more water cement ratio, more water cement ratio at the transition zone will create more micro cracks at the transition zone at micro level of the concrete. Okay, try to understand this micro level structure or the micro cracks. These are the born cracks in the concrete. So this result in lower compressive strength. Okay, sometimes it is asked in exam that why the larger size aggregate gives lesser strength as compared to the smaller size aggregate. Okay, or whether the concrete of larger MSA is stronger than the concrete of smaller MSA, you should be able to answer that larger size aggregate does not give higher strength as compared to smaller size aggregate because of these three reasons. Okay, and the last but not the least, which is which adds to the strength of the concrete due to the larger aggregate, because the lean mixes means the concrete with lower cement quantity or where the aggregate to cement ratio is larger. है ना, आज थोड़ा सा पहली बार हम कुछ वर्ड्स नए सुन रहे हैं तो थोड़ा समझने को तकलीफ हो रही होगी कि लीन मिक्स, मैंने आपको पहले बोला था, आपके नोटबुक में कहीं तो भी लिख के रख दीजिए, एलियन लीन मिक्स यानी जिस मिक्स में या जिस कंक्रीट में सीमेंट का प्रोपोर्शन कम है ना। कभी कभी हमको कैसा है कि कोई कम इंपॉर्टेंस वाला कंक्रीट रहता है, कहीं तो भी फाउंडेशन में लेवलिंग कोर्स रहता है, या कहीं कंक्रीट रोड के नीचे में हमको एक लेवलिंग कंक्रीट करना पड़ता है, तो हमको ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथ वाला कंक्रीट नहीं चाहिए, सिर्फ हमको हार्ड सरफेस चाहिए, तो वहां पे हम लीन मिक्स यूज करते हैं वेयर द सीमेंट क्वांटिटी इज लेस एज कंपेयर टू एग्रीगेट। या दूसरा वर्ड मैं आपको बता रहा हूं कि एग्रीगेट टू सीमेंट रेशियो इज लार्ज इन दैट लीन मिक्स कंक्रीट। लेकिन ये लीन मिक्स कंक्रीट में यदि हमने लार्जर एग्रीगेट यूज किया, large size of the aggregate, then that is because the cement quantity is less and now the aggregates are of larger size and aggregates have higher strength as compared to the cement and water paste. Therefore, in lean mixes or where the cement is useless, the larger aggregate are beneficial, they give higher strength. Okay, but not for the rich mix. लीन का अपोजिट है रिच। लीन मिक्स लेसर सीमेंट, रिच मिक्स मीन्स मोर क्वांटिटी ऑफ द सीमेंट। सो लीन मिक्स larger aggregate gives higher strength, while in the rich mix it is smaller aggregate which yields higher strength. Okay, I think you must have noted this statement, very important. Lean mixes larger aggregate gives higher strength, while in rich mixes it is smaller aggregate which yields higher strength. Why? Because smaller aggregates now have more surface area available for the bonding, as well as cement is also on a higher side as compared to lean mix. Therefore, the more solid bond results in higher strength. Okay, so these are the four things which you should be able to write in your exam. regarding whether the larger size aggregates are to be used or not. In this way the question is asked, or whether the larger size aggregate used concrete gives higher strength or lower strength. So three factors we have discussed earlier. The first is the larger size aggregate. Though it needs lesser mixing water, but it gives lower surface area और डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द जेल बॉन्ड्स, मीन सीमेंट एंड वाटर पेस्ट के कारण जो बॉन्ड होता है उसके लिए बड़े साइज का एग्रीगेट लेने के कारण सरफेस एरिया हमारे पास में कम अवेलेबल रहता है, क्योंकि ज्यादा साइज के एग्रीगेट लेंगे हाइयर साइज के तो एग्रीगेट की संख्या कम रहेगी, एग्रीगेट की संख्या या नंबर कम रहेगी उतने वॉल्यूम के लिए तो सरफेस एरिया कम मिलेगा, तो सरफेस एरिया कम मिलेगा तो बॉन्ड जो बने हैं वो बॉन्ड कम बनेंगे तो उसके कारण स्ट्रेंथ कम होगी। बिगर साइज एग्रीगेट क्रिएट्स मोर हेट्रोजीनिटी, है ना, बड़े एग्रीगेट यूज करने के बाद में उसमें अब छोटे छोटे एग्रीगेट के लिए कम जगह रहेगी तो उसके कारण कंक्रीट होमोजीनियस नहीं होगा तो उसमें बॉन्ड के लिए प्लेस कम रहेगी, बॉन्ड के लिए प्लेस कम रहेगी तो उसका अल्टीमेट रिजल्ट ये स्ट्रेंथ के रिडक्शन में होगा। और तीसरा जो एज वी यूज द लार्जर साइज एग्रीगेट, ड्यू टू द साइज ऑफ द एग्रीगेट बीइंग मोर, it creates the internal bleeding at the surface of the aggregate, that is at the transition zone, and therefore the transition, due to more bleeding or due to more availability of water, the water cement ratio is more at the transition zone, which results in making this transition zone weak and the formation of the cracks. Okay, after the water gets evaporated, the cracks are formed at the junction of the aggregate and the cement paste, that is called as the transition zone. These cracks are not the structural cracks. These cracks are not due to the load applied. These cracks are due to the shrinkage of the cement, due to the more water cement ratio at the transition zone. Therefore, these are called as the inborn cracks, micro cracks. They are always there in the concrete. Okay, what we can do, we can reduce these micro cracks by using lesser water or by using smaller size of the aggregate and well graded aggregate. Okay, I think you are understanding the microstructure of the concrete. Okay, slowly we are moving, but only advantage of the larger aggregate is for the lean mixes where the cement is used less, where the larger aggregate gives higher strength. Okay, as compared, while in rich mixes the smaller aggregate yields higher strength. रिच मिक्सेस में छोटे एग्रीगेट ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथ देते हैं, लेकिन लीन मिक्सेस में, लीन मिक्स है, कम सीमेंट यूज किया है आपने और आपने यदि छोटे एग्रीगेट यूज किया, स्मॉलर एग्रीगेट, तो उसकी स्ट्रेंथ उसके कंपैरिजन में if you use the larger aggregate it will give the higher strength. Okay friends, with this we have learned about the importance of the various characteristics of the aggregate which helps into the increase of the strength. We have also seen the importance of the water cement ratio. We have tried to understand the transition zone. In this transition zone, the inherent, the inborn, again you can note down in your notebook, in this transition zone, it is the zone between the aggregate and the cement paste, or it is the part between cement paste and the aggregate. And this transition zone is very important, wherein there are inborn micro cracks, inherent micro cracks, and these micro cracks affects the reduction in tensile strength of the concrete as compared to the compressive strength of the concrete. ये जो जिसको इनबॉर्न माइक्रो क्रैक्स है कंक्रीट के ट्रांजिशन जोन में, ये टेंसाइल स्ट्रेंथ कंक्रीट की कम करते हैं, लेकिन कॉम्प्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ, कंपैरेटिवली कॉम्प्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ को उतना कम नहीं करते। ठीक है, तो ये ट्रांजिशन जोन, इसका इफेक्ट, माइक्रो क्रैक, वाटर सीमेंट रेशियो एंड साइज ऑफ द एग्रीगेट, ये हमने देखा। Grading of aggregate is very important. We have seen grading, that is the CU analysis. Okay, means we always want well graded aggregate. Which maximum size of the aggregate is immaterial. 40 MSA, 20 MSA, 10 MSA, but we want aggregate to be well graded. We want all sizes of the aggregate. Okay, so therefore well graded aggregate not only increases the strength but also increases the workability. So therefore change in aggregate grading without any change in maximum size of the aggregate and with water cement ratio as constant, okay, can influence the concrete strength when this change causes a corresponding change in consistency, bleeding characteristics of the concrete. आपने कौन सा भी वाटर सीमेंट रेशियो लिया तो भी, और कौन सा भी मैक्सिमम साइज ऑफ द एग्रीगेट है, 40 एमएस है, 20 है, 10 है, वाटर सीमेंट रेशियो कोई भी है, 0.4 है, 0.3 है, 0.38 है, लेकिन एग्रीगेट यदि वेल ग्रेडेड है या नहीं है तो उसका इफेक्ट कंक्रीट के स्ट्रेंथ पे गिरता है। ठीक है, एग्रीगेट हमें कैसा चाहिए हरदम, वी ऑलवेज वांट द एग्रीगेट टू बी वेल ग्रेडेड। देन द रफ टेक्सचर्ड और द क्रश्ड एग्रीगेट, they have rough surface. Naturally, due to the rough surface, they give the more bond, and more bond, therefore they give ultimately the increase in the strength of the concrete. The compressive strength as well as tensile strength of the concrete can be increased with the help of the rough textured or crushed aggregate as compared to the smooth or the spherical aggregate. Okay, so stronger physical bond between aggregate and the hydrated cement paste is created due to the rough texture or the crushed aggregate, and that is responsible. Irrespective of differences in mineralogical composition are also known to affect the compressive strength, means of which mineral the aggregate rock is made up of, whether it is a igneous rock, whether it is a sedimentary rock, whether it is a tertiary rock। इग्नियस रॉक में वो बसाल्ट से बना है, या समझो से सेडिमेंट्री या सेकेंडरी में सैंडस्टोन से बना है एग्रीगेट, या टर्शरी में वगैरह मेटामॉर्फिक रॉक से बना है कोई, तो वो भी कंक्रीट के या एग्रीगेट के स्ट्रेंथ के ऊपर में इफेक्ट करता है। ठीक है, सो देयरफॉर जनरली द हाई स्ट्रेंथ कंक्रीट, अभी हम आगे में पढ़ने वाले हैं वेरियस टाइप्स ऑफ द कंक्रीट। तो एक हाई स्ट्रेंथ कंक्रीट जो है or the rich concrete is adversely affected by the use of the large size aggregate, but in lean mixes or weaker concrete the influence of the size of the aggregates gets reduced। okay, तो high strength concrete में या rich concrete में हम small size aggregate use करेंगे, लेकिन lean mix या कम सीमेंट वाला जो है उसमें हम larger size aggregate use कर सकते हैं। अब वाटर भी कंक्रीट के स्ट्रेंथ को अफेक्ट करता है। Impurities in water also affects the strength of the concrete. As we have learnt earlier, potable water means drinkable water, the water which we can drink is good for the concrete. But in worst situation, if you are not able to get the potable water, you can use certain the saline water or water with certain impurities, but again to the limit as been specified in Indian standard 456. It affects the strength, also affects the setting time, efflorescence और लीचिंग, ये हमने पढ़ा था। यदि उसमें सॉल्ट है पानी में तो वो कंक्रीट के सरफेस के ऊपर में बाद में आता है, और वो पानी सूख जाने के बाद में कंक्रीट के सरफेस के ऊपर सफेद धब्बे दिखते हैं, उसको एफ्लोरेसेंस करके बोलते हैं। और यदि सॉल्ट है पानी में, सलाइन वाटर है, salt, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, etc., then it also affects the reinforcement, corrosion or the rusting of reinforcement takes place. If it is used in pre-stressed concrete, then also pre-stressed steel also gets corroded, You all know that pre-stressing, if lost, that results in failure of the structure. So therefore, the quality of water is also very important. As I have told, potable water, the water which can drink, is always better. We must go for that. Else we can go, but the water should have the qualities as per given in the Indian standard 456. Now the last which affects the strength is the admixtures. I have told you that admixture is the fourth ingredient of the concrete. It is very important. It is like a tonic. This influence, the adverse influence of only air entering admixture. We have seen earlier, air entrained and air entered. एंट्रेन करना यानी उसमें घुसाना, और एंट्रेन होना यानी नेचुरली आना, एंटर होना यानी. So adverse influence of air entering admixture on the strength of the concrete. We have seen, we add certain admixtures to the concrete which produces the air, micro air bubble in the concrete. They are called as the air entering admixture. But what does those admixture do? They admixture increases the workability of concrete. ये एडमिक्सचर क्या करते हैं कि पानी में बहुत माइक्रो माइक्रो बबल स्फेरिकल फॉर्म करते हैं छर्रे जैसे, और कंक्रीट की वर्केबिलिटी बढ़ाते हैं. लेकिन तब हम क्या कर सकते हैं वर्केबिलिटी बढ़ाने के लिए? एडमिक्सचर यूज किया तो हम पानी कम कर सकते हैं कंक्रीट का. तो ये इसका एडवर्स इफेक्ट होगा एयर एंटरिंग एडमिक्सचर का, क्योंकि कंक्रीट में एयर डालेंगे तो पोअर्स हो गए और उसकी स्ट्रेंथ कम होगी. लेकिन हम पानी कम करके वो बैलेंस कर सकते हैं. लेकिन हम यूज करते हैं एयर एंटरिंग एडमिक्सचर. कहाँ यूज करते हैं वो हम आगे में पढ़ेंगे. और बट प्रेजेंस ऑफ वाटर रिड्यूसिंग एडमिक्सचर, ठीक है, कुछ वाटर रिड्यूस करने वाले एडमिक्सचर्स रहते हैं. जो हम वाटर सीमेंट रेशियो यूज करने वाले हैं कंक्रीट में, या जितना पानी यूज करने वाले, that much water can be reduced by using the water reducing admixture. Because what does water do? Water increases the workability. So if that workability is being achieved by using certain admixtures, they are called as the water reducing admixtures. They are called as the plasticizers. They are also called as the super plasticizers. So we can increase the workability as well as we can reduce the water. So strength, we know that Abraham's law, if the strength increases, if the water cement ratio decreases, strength increases. Water cement ratio increases, strength decreases. So if we use the water reducing admixture, that will result in increasing the strength. Admixtures are capable of accelerating and retarding cement hydration. कुछ admixtures ऐसे होते हैं कि जो सीमेंट का हाइड्रेशन है उसकी स्पीड बढ़ाने में मदद करते हैं, उसको बोलते हैं एक्सेलरेटिंग एडमिक्सचर्स. कुछ जो है वो हाइड्रेशन सीमेंट का कम करने के लिए, यानी सेटिंग टाइम बढ़ाने के लिए मदद करते हैं. थोड़ा दिमाग में एकदम क्लियर कर लीजिए. एक्सेलरेटिंग एडमिक्सचर्स accelerates the cement hydration, means reduces the setting time. Retarding admixtures reduces the hydration process, so increases the setting time. So these also affects the cement strength gain. Sir, these are all discussing about the chemical admixtures. Now certain mineral admixtures, that is the pozzolanic admixture and the cementitious byproduct as a mineral admixture in concrete, that is the fly ash, etc. Pozzolanic material, fly ash, some rice husk ash, ground granulated blast furnace slag, etc. These are called as the mineral admixtures. Volcanic tuff, yeah, volcanic ash. Okay, so these, because these are the pozzolanic material, pozzolanic chemical reaction आपको याद होगी, तो ये सीमेंट की और अल्टीमेटली कंक्रीट की स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ाने का काम करते हैं. ठीक है, तो केमिकल एडमिक्सचर किस तरह से बढ़ा सकते हैं स्ट्रेंथ? या घटा सकते हैं, और पोजालोनिक एडमिक्सचर कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं, घटा सकते हैं, ये अभी हमने देखा। सो पोजालोनिक एडमिक्सचर या सीमेंटिशियस मटेरियल क्या करेंगे, स्ट्रेंथ तो बढ़ाएंगे, it reacts at normal temperature with calcium hydroxide. We have seen that pozzolani chemical reaction, कि वो पोजोलोना कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड से रिएक्ट होते हैं, प्रेजेंट इन हाइड्रेटेड पोर्टलैंड सीमेंट पेस्ट, फॉर्म additional CSH gel, calcium silicate hydrate, and which leads to significant reduction in porosity of both matrix and transition zone. है ना, ये क्या करता है ये पोजालोनिक मटेरियल, कि कंक्रीट में की तो कंक्रीट मैट्रिक्स, कंक्रीट जो है इसमें की पोरोसिटी कम करता है, और ट्रांजिशन जोन की भी पोरोसिटी कम करता है, यानी क्रैक्स कम करता है। तो पोजालोनिक मटेरियल ऑलवेज बेटर। सो considerable improvement in ultimate strength and water tightness can be achieved by incorporation of the mineral admixture in concrete. That is very important. Okay, so here we will take the break. We will stop here, friends. The curing conditions, etc., we will discuss in our next lecture. Don't leave the class. Just start the cameras. All are requested to start their cameras.